Welcome back to day number 20. Day number 20. We only have 10 more days left. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, we are over halfway done with our challenge. And I hope that you're doing well with the challenge. I hope that you're enjoying yourself. Hope that you're enjoying the mantras. And today we have another great mantra and we're going to be doing something different. So every day, of course, we've been sprinkling in these past few days a lot of different things. And today we're going to do something even more different. So I invite you to get your blocks today for this practice, definitely. And meet me on the mat for day number 20. Settle yourself down, get yourself ready to go. We're going to make sure that we have our blocks today. So if you do have any foam blocks, that's okay. We are going to use this for holding ourselves up, if I can give it away a little bit. So if you have something like a cork block, or if you don't have a block, maybe like a stool or something that you can have on the block and maybe starting with the high position, just get that handy and make that available so that you can have that ready to go for our practice. So as we begin to settle ourselves down, getting ourselves ready for day 20, day 20's mantra, and that is, I am balanced. And a little bit giving that away to what we're going to work on today is a little bit of balance. So life is a balance. We're having a constant balance between, sometimes the good and the bad, the happy, the sad, the having fun and the time of being serious. So there's so many things that we have to balance in life. Sometimes we have to be, way responsible and sit down and do things like working, and then it's having fun, right? So we have that balance of work hard, play harder is one of my mantras. It's not a part of this challenge, but that is definitely one thing that I live by because you do have to have that balance and that good quality of life. So as we think about today's mantra and we internalize I am balanced, you take that to however you interpret it, however your ears hear it today. Maybe it's different tomorrow, but however your ears hear it today, we're going to use that to ground us in our practice today. So allowing your body to just touch the earth. On your fingertips, relax your shoulders. We say the mantra to ourselves or out loud. I am balanced. Take an inhale in through the nose. Exhale, open mouth. We're going to take an inhale in through the nose. Exhale, closed mouth. 2 more. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale. Inhale, last one, and exhale. Taking ourselves forward onto our tabletop position. Giving your hips a rock from left to right as you readjust your body where your knees are right over underneath of your hips. Your wrists are right over your shoulders. Just give yourself a moment here. As we press into our fingertips, we wrap our shoulders back, tucking those triceps back in towards our bodies. We're going to inhale, lower the belly, bring the gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arch the spine, tuck the chin into the chest for our cat pose. Inhale, release down. Exhale, press into the fingertips for cat. Inhale down and exhale, bring it back up. Last one, we're going to hold here
Take one full cycle of breath. Release the shoulders away from the ears. And on that exhale,
tuck the chin into the chest. Again, taking one full cycle of breath, pressing into the tops of the feet. And release it down.
Back to your neutral tabletop position. Maybe give your body a rock.
We're going to take our knees out as wide as our mat. Our big toes touch. Shift the weight back into the heels. Press away with your hands. Take your forehead down onto the mat. Just give yourself a moment. And on your next inhale, bringing your gaze back towards your forehead, we're going to bring your knees back to that tabletop position. Tuck your toes under. Press into that downward facing dog. Press away with your fingers. And on that exhale, come back down into your tabletop position. Keep your toes tucked this time. Keeping your toes tucked. Feel that stretch, gentle toe stretch. Shift the weight back into your fingers. We're gonna untuck your right toe and we're gonna extend out our left leg. So extend it out. Feel your hip square off. Feel your core start to engage as you keep that leg extended out behind you. Press into the right foot. Lift your body up here. So extend that leg out. We're balancing ourselves on our hands and our one knee, and then bring the knee back down. Give your body a rock. We're going to do that same thing. So press into the left leg as you bring the right foot out and behind you. Extend it out. Feel your hip start to square off. Engage your core. Feel your body start to balance. We're extending that leg behind us. Feel your glutes start to engage here. And then bring the knee back down. Give your knees and your hips a rock from left to right. Bringing our body to stillness. We're going to tuck our toes underneath as we push up to our first downward facing dog. Shift the weight back. Now this one is one where we can paddle our feet out. Set that gaze towards the toes, bringing your heels to stillness. Tuck your chin into the chest, walk your gaze up your leg. Press away with the fingertips. Press into the mat. And on that inhale, we're going to walk our feet towards the top of our mat. We're going to come into the forward fold. Now, invite you to take your block. Take it to the front of your mat in the high position. We're going to press into the fingers as we arch the spine up. Maybe tucking that tailbone under for a little posterior tilt here. And then lower it down, anterior tilt. And again, press into the fingers, tucking that tailbone in, tucking your hips in, bringing that arch into your lower back. And come back to a flat back here. Press into your feet. We're going to take our block, come down to the mid-level. Again, creating space in our shoulders. Press into our block. We're going to press into our fingers as we tuck the tailbone under again. And release it out.
And maybe seeing if we can go down one more time on our block. Placing our hands down, coming all the way down to a forward fold. Looking behind you. Letting your shoulders relax. Letting your body get nice and soft. And on that inhale, I want you to take the block back up to the high position as you begin to bring yourself up. Bringing our bodies up into an extended mountain. Bringing our arms up overhead. Allowing our hands to touch for a slight back bend here. And on that exhale, we hinge forward, coming all the way back down, maybe moving your block if you need to. We're gonna plant our hands down as we step back and flow through. We'll meet in downward facing dog. We're gonna take our right leg, bring it up towards the sky. Bend it and bring it through to frame the hands. So we're gonna pivot our back foot, come up, but bring our hands just overhead. So we're bending down to our warrior one. We're leaning forward. Keep your gaze down onto your mat. So don't lift your body up just yet. We're gonna take that block that's nearby, take it right in front of your foot or maybe off to the side. And you're gently gonna press into the block as you lift the back foot. So we're coming into our warrior three pose, but using that block just to set yourself up to this position. And when you're ready, you can release your hand from the block, taking both hands out in front of you, extending your stretch and reach, flexing your foot down, squaring your hip, bringing your gaze down onto your mat. Continue to breathe. On that exhale, you can lower the back foot, bring your hand back onto the block. As you lower yourself down, all the way down onto the mat, we'll step back and we'll flow through. Pushing back into our downward facing dog. Taking a moment here to press away with your fingertips. Tuck your chin into your chest. We're going to take our left leg this time, bring it up, and bend it and bring it through to frame your hands. Again, pivot your back foot. We're coming up halfway, setting ourselves up for that warrior three position, bringing your gaze down onto your mat. And again, we're gonna pivot that back foot, take your block to the outside of your foot, readjusting your body if you need to. We're gonna pivot off of that back foot, bring your back leg up, extend your hands out. And when you're ready, you can bring your hand off of your block, turn your gaze forward, and bring both hands forward like we're making our Superman arms. Keeping your back foot lifted, engaging your core, pressing into your standing leg. Setting your gaze down towards your mat. Keep lifting your foot. And on your exhale, you can bring your hand and your foot back down. Move your block out of the way as you step back and flow through. Come to your downward facing dog here. And when you're ready, we're gonna bring our knees down as we transition to a child's pose here. Allow your hands to relax. Let your shoulders relax. Let your knees get nice and soft. Coming back to your breath.
Bringing that gaze towards the hands. We're gonna push ourselves back up to our downward facing dog. We're gonna do those postures one more time on each side. Taking our right leg up towards the sky, bend it and bring it through to frame your hands. We're immediately gonna bring our block right beside our foot. Maybe you can use your block to press off of your back foot, taking that back leg up, extending your opposite arm out in front. And when you're ready, you can take your hand off of the block, square your hips, coming into your warrior three. Pressing into all four corners of your feet. Engage your standing leg. Bring your gaze down onto your mat. Take one more full cycle of breath. And when you're ready, lower your foot down and your hand. Come back down onto that block. I want you to take your opposite arm and just extend it out in front for our side angle pose. On that exhale, bring your hand down. You can move your block over to the opposite side. We're going to come back to that, step back and flow. Pushing back to down dog. Take 2 breaths here. Taking your left leg up towards the sky. Bend it and bring it through. Frame the hands. Taking your hand onto the block. We're going to push off of our back foot. Coming into that warrior three with our foot. Taking your free hand out in front. And when you're ready, releasing your hand from the block. Taking it out in front. Setting up for your warrior three. Again, you can take that gaze down onto your mat. Relax your shoulders. Engage that leg. Take one more full cycle of breath. And when you're ready, lower your foot down. Bring your hand onto the block. Open up for your side angle. Taking one breath here. Releasing your hand down. We'll step back and flow. Push back to downward facing dog. And when you're ready, you can bend your knees, gently walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat. Come to a forward fold. And when you're ready, inhale, come all the way up, extended mountain arms overhead. Slight back bend here. And exhale, come all the way down on the mat. Have a seat. You can take your block over to the side. We're going to come down onto our mat. Just allow your body to come all the way down. We're going to cross our right leg over our left. Bring your left toe out towards the front of your mat for pigeon pose. We're going to hug our left thigh in towards our chest. Flexing your right toe, relax your shoulders. This is a great counter stretch here. Just giving our bodies that time to come back to our resting heart rate. And release your hands, lower down your leg, uncross your legs, give your knees a gentle rock from left to right. And we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So cross the left leg over, wide figure four. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Flexing the top foot. Protecting your ankle. Just allowing your body to come back down. We have those moments where we balance movement and stillness. Releasing your hand, lower your foot, uncross your legs, give your knees a rock from left to right. Want you to walk your feet in towards your heels in towards your glutes. And we're just gonna gently press the hips up. Counter stretch here. We're not gonna take a full bridge, but just bringing the hips up just a little and lowering them down. Gonna come over to one side, let your knees fall over. And then up and over to the opposite side. Let the knees fall. And when you're ready, bringing the knees back up to stillness. We're going to come up into a seated position. But this time I want you to take your block. Have a seat on your block. Letting your knees come down. So lift your body up to have a seat on your block. Let your knees fall. So we are balancing out our bodies here. As we bring that awareness back to our mantra and back to our breath, we bring our hands to heart center. You can say the mantra aloud or to yourself. I am balanced. Let that sink in. Really internalize that. Maybe even taking note of moments of imbalance. And maybe thinking of some ways that you can bring more balance into your life. I'm going to continue to breathe as we say the mantra. I am balanced. We take that with us, knowing that moments of imbalance comes and goes, but we bring balance into the forefront, making it necessary in our day. As we bring ourselves to stillness, I want you to take another 2 breaths as you just have that quiet time with your mantra. I thank you so much for continuing on this journey and allowing me to be a part of your journey. We just finished day number 20. We must be truly, truly happy for that. I wish you the best in your day or your evening. Take this with you off of the mat and maybe share it with others. Namaste. All right, we just completed one more day. We're getting closer and closer to finishing our 30-day Flow Mantra Challenge. I'm super excited. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey. I can't wait to see you on the mat tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.